Good afternoon, I'm Malcolm Jordan and this is your midday news fix for Friday the 2nd of May. Wellingtonians have been left with a clean-up after yesterday's wild weather. Fire and emergency have reported roofs lifted and trees fallen over. The extreme winds and rains are continuing today but are forecast to ease. New Zealand Herald reporter Melissa Nightingale is in Lower Hutt and says streets are closed and there's debris on the roads.
I am seeing surface flooding, branches and some trees down. Some fences have blown over, rubbish thrown around because it was rubbish collection day yesterday.
Meanwhile, there's concern about a 100-metre long crack spotted along a road in Akaroa on Banks Peninsula. Contractors are out checking roads, flooding and slips as Christchurch and Selwyn district remain under a state of emergency. Residents of a newly built Littleton home were evacuated due to a slip. 3 homes were cleared out due to the threat of a slip in Akaroa. State Highway 75 remains closed until Lake Forsyth can be safely opened to the sea, isolating Banks Peninsula. Christchurch Mayor Phil Major told Newstalk ZB Canterbury Mornings the state of emergency is likely to be in place until at least next week.
There's still a lot of water running off the hills down into the retention basins.
And City Defence Controller Anne Columbus says they're closely monitoring the Heathcote catchments.
We are hoping that people will start to see those waters are receding, particularly the river, but there will be fluctuations.
Police are encouraging a driver to turn himself in after a fatal 2-vehicle crash in Auckland's Balmoral last night. The crash propelled one vehicle into a restaurant storefront and the driver ran from the scene. One person was found dead in the other vehicle with a passenger in critical condition. The crash occurred on Dominion Road near Wiremu Street just after 1 a.m. Today's the last day for submitting feedback on how to improve health services for terminally ill children. Health New Zealand's been reviewing its paediatric palliative care and is looking at developing a national service. Claudia O'Neill reports.
Health New Zealand's open to building on existing services, setting up 2 hubs, one in the North Island and the other in the South Island, or developing 4 hubs across the country. The move follows on from recent revelations of significant workforce gaps. In March, New Zealand's only publicly funded paediatric palliative care specialist went on leave, majorly affecting patients' ability to access medication.
Police are investigating 2 separate reports of 2 men threatening people with firearms in the far north. They were alerted to a pair making demands towards a parked vehicle just south of Kawakawa Township after 9 p.m. Police say they're also investigating reports of 2 men making threats towards and assaulting the occupant of a Kaikooi property around 2 hours later. They don't believe the events are random. A new trend among young people has triggered a response from an Auckland brain injury charity. The Run It Straight challenge, essentially 2 people charging at each other in full-speed collisions, is gaining popularity in schools. Headway CEO Stacey Mowbray says they're disappointed to see well-known sports figures participating in the trend. To sport, another overhaul of the World 7 Series to put a stop to escalating costs. From next season, the circuit will be split into 3 divisions, with just 8 teams each in the men's and women's top flight across 6 regular season tournaments. Kiwi ref Ben O'Keefe will have the whistle for the first Wallabies British and Irish Lions test at Suncorp Stadium on July 19th. And Nottingham Forest's Champions League hopes have been dealt a blow at the hands of Brentford. The Bees have taken a 2-0 win at Forest. I'm Malcolm Jordan. That's your latest news fix. We'll be back with the next update at 5 p.m. from the Newstalk ZB newsroom.